My name's Freddie, or Frederick Capabianca, and I do philosophy and theology undergrad. I'm from Suffolk. I went to school in Ipswich. Now I live in Woodbridge. I live in a very coastal sort of area. It's very nice though. A very good working environment as well. I work at a local a hotel, and it does loads of weddings and events, which is really nice. Got lots of workmates there. I went to Ipswich School, and yeah, it was really good. Sort of like Nottingham, university. Very good work, sports, balance. That's how I've it's my comparisons. Very green as well. Suffolk's very flat. Some people say boring, but I like it. Well, my degree really actually does get me out of bed, especially the philosophy side. I don't know, people say I'm a bit of a deep thinker, stuff like that. I don't know, and sort of human rights as well. I've always been very that sort of oriented, bit of a, I don't know, SJW sometimes. But I don't know, very passionate about certain human rights and environmental subjects. That's kind of what makes me go do stuff, go change stuff, you know? So university generally, because I always thought, I've always wanted to test myself academically, even at school. I don't know, I've always wanted to push further on and just do as many academics, just get smarter. I don't know, maybe it's a bit of an inferiority complex, but I think knowledge is really important, and that's how I've progressed a lot, especially coming to university. Since coming to university, I had a discussion yesterday with my friends, thinking, are we smarter then in sixth form or now? And I think definitely now, just more holistically, university's given me an experience that I know way more about the world now. And specifically Nottingham, well, was my first choice. I don't know, I've always liked the really green campus. I don't know why I can't get over that, but it's just such a beautiful place to work. And I've always liked that sort of environment to work in. I know a lot of like-minded people as well. So I took a gap year, and a lot of my older friends went to Nottingham. And when I come up and visited them before I even applied, I don't know, I always thought they're having loads of fun here, so I'll have lots of fun here, sort of mentality. I have a twin brother. He doesn't look anything like me, but so he's also at Nottingham, but the year above because of the gap year. So I was actually up here quite a few times, just visiting him because we're so close. And we get on very well. And I knew how much fun he was having in his first year. I knew, yeah, this is the place that, and a few of my best friends also in the year above, so we're all going this year sadly, but they've always had a lot of fun here. And they always told me, yeah, it's a really good university, one really good Russell Group, really good, especially for my degree as well. So the academics and the social side, everyone seemed so friendly when I came up, being such a, I don't know, almost just a random person just turning up, but they were so welcoming. So that was my experience of it firsthand. I think what I thought it was was, I don't know, well, it always struck me that it was another step towards more freedom. I don't know, it's a bit corny, but so, and I think it definitely is that, but not, you still have a lot of safety nets, because I don't know, especially Nottingham, at times it feels like a really big school, even though there are loads of students, but I always bump into people I know and stuff like that. But yeah, I thought maybe it'd be a bit more lonely than it is. I don't know if that's biased, just my experience has been really a happy one. And I've always been surrounded by my friends, so, and I thought maybe coming to a brand new city, it would be a bit lonely at times, but it's not ever really felt like that. Well, my first day, my first memory of Nottingham, being at Nottingham University, I literally hugged my parents, turned around and met two guys I'm still both really close with, and I'm actually living with one of them at the moment. And I just remember going straight to the co-op, just talking random stuff, just introducing, and then coming back, I was in Hugh Stuart Hall, there were loads of benches outside our student bar, and literally everyone from my block, who I'm still really close with now, they were all sat there, and it was very intimidating, especially one of my closest girl mates, Hattie, he's about my height, so 6'1". And I was oh my God, so intimidating, because I never really met anyone, a girl that tall before. I don't know why, that's really stuck with me. And we were playing random drinking games, Ibble Dibble, I don't know, just the cork. And that's really, yeah, it was a really good first night, I don't know, because I'm still so close with so many of them. Yeah, that's always stuck with me, that first night. I've had a few really good lectures. I remember this lecture on antinatalism, quite depressing, which is basically like the doctrine that we shouldn't give birth because, well, shouldn't procreate because it does more harm than good. I just remember feeling really strongly about that, like how can anyone like think that? It's so depressing. But obviously there is truths about it that I'd never really considered before. But then overall, I like to see the good in people. So especially people in Nottingham, I've always met, like just meeting more and more nice people and thinking, how could you not want more of these people in the world? So that sort of stuff. There was also a really good lecture on conspiracy theories. So interesting, like how people can think of like some things are true and just make really grand assumptions about how the world works. So I don't know, it's really opened my mind that sort of way. There are lots of great things to do, so it's really hard choosing one. In my first year, it was probably like going onto the Downs, especially like a really sunny day, like with the weather we've been having recently, go onto the Downs and just chilling, like probably throwing a ball or something. I was like doing that, or just sunbathing when it's really nice weather. I have really good memories about that, especially like first year. It's so like chilled out. It feels like you're in a different country almost. Like, you're not in Britain. So I really liked doing that. Also just, I don't know, really fond memories of going to Latitude, which is like our student bar. And just like, yeah, again, soaking up the sun, pint in hand, just having like a really nice time with your friends. Just playing tennis, to be honest, as well. I did that a lot. In fact, I've really like fallen in love with tennis since like coming to university, really following it much more. And obviously like, again, my hall, where it was, there were like tennis courts 2 seconds away, like spitting distance. And yeah, I just go with my friend and we just play all the time last year and it's so much fun. Again, lots of things to do off campus because Nottingham's a great city, but I don't know, go to the pub, sounding like a bit of alcoholic here, but go to the pub with my friends. Again, I don't know, such like classic British thing, but when it's sunny outside, you've done a lot of work, so you really feel like you've achieved it as well. Yeah, and again, playing tennis off campus, so much fun. Like, just any sport, to be honest. Like, or even like this weekend, we went to Lenton Rec, which is like a park in Lenton, which is where like the second and third years live. We played a game of spike ball. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's like a little trampoline. You just like whack it, and you're in pairs. And I don't know. I just found that really fun. Just honestly, just hang out with my friends in like any way, or just if it's like raining outside, playing board games again, watching films. I really like watching films, to be fair. Yeah, just like chilling at home, like all just chatting around with my housemates as well. I've always really enjoyed that. Quite a sociable person, so I think that's what I enjoy off campus. Living at university is the freedom I kind of mentioned before. You really can, like, obviously I've got a structured like day, but I do actually have like a lot, especially doing a humanities degree, a lot of free time to go do what I want. I know what I have to do, and then from that, like lectures, reading, extra reading, essays or whatever. If I've got any work, then obviously I get that out of the way. But apart from that, I can go anywhere, just go rock around in Nottingham and go find what I want to do, go to the castle, go to the like museums or go to the like, art galleries as well. I don't know, I really love that freedom. Nottingham specifically, I don't know, going back to like sort of like the big school environment, I don't know. It's really good. Like I really like bumping into people the whole time. It's really like bubbly, like the energy on campus specifically is like you can tell like there's loads of like sociable people. I think that's what you get with such a big like campus university. I guess that's one of the main USPs of Nottingham specifically. How green the campus is, and like how like it's all students. We're all like there for the same purpose, like learning, educating, and we're all just like ready to meet people the whole time. I know people have bad days, but you kind of just go a bit under. Like you can just put your headphones in, not want to talk to anyone. But if you have any good day, which I think most people do most days, then I don't know, you can just talk to anyone almost. So always willing to people to talk on campus. I think that's probably one of the best things. It'll have to be the seminars. I don't know, especially I found the philosophy seminars, and the theology seminars, really good just discussions, really open discussions. And it's always really good when people have like two really opposing ideas, and it can get not really, well, it gets a little bit heated almost, but I kind of like thrive off that because you're like, makes you want to back your point even more. So I don't know, I think I just like, I like arguing, but like healthy arguments, they're never like, obviously they're never like ad hominem, like they're not out to get to a person specifically. So you might not even know the person, you just have an opposing idea. And it's just like, like I think coming to university, that's like one of the best skills I've come up with, is that I'm able to structure my points much better. I'm like, oh, I have this idea, like I might have an original inclination towards a side, and then I have this supporting evidence, and somehow like through practice, through seminars, I've been able to like structure it much better. It's helped with my essays as well, but even just talking to people, I feel like, even like conspiracy theorists that we were talking before, I feel like from now, I feel like I can argue against them better. I know they're so like brick walls to talk against most of the time, but I feel like maybe I could get something through with enough persistence, maybe enough evidence, hopefully. I think this year I've benefited a lot more with support, just generally, especially from, I don't know, last year was very hard, obviously during COVID, and it was during my first year. Yeah, and I felt like maybe at sometimes I lacked support, but only because I really like that face-to-face talking. That's how I'm like most open. So this year is like I've really benefited seeing my tutors, specifically like my personal tutors, and just seeing them and talking. I can like talk to them face-to-face whenever I want, and I feel like I get a lot more stuff off my chest that way if I'm ever in a pickle. Or like, so last year I think I probably lent more on my friends only because I could see them. Basically, I don't know why. The whole like idea of Zoom or Microsoft Teams just limits me somehow, but because you can just like turn off, like mute yourself, I feel like, but you can't in real life, so you have to talk. So yeah, I think this year I definitely have felt very supported. I'm very family oriented, so my mum probably, my dad, my brother and my sister, they all inspire me in like similar but different ways. I don't know. So I do know. My mum specifically, I don't know, she's been through like a lot, and she's been able to bounce back very well. I think that sort of mentality, and that's like, I think it's so valuable. I hope that's been passed down to me, to be honest. I think, my dad's ambition, it's relentless, and I think it's such like a healthy mindset. Again, my sister and my brothers both like, they're critical, and like they've got such a critical eye of everything. I think that's really, I don't know, and that's probably why I like arguing so much. I think their critical eyes are like so keen, especially like even so all my brothers as well. I think they're all like smartest people I know. That's why I admire them so much, because they're so like clever and down to earth and like just ready to, and like sympathetic and like ready to talk whenever. And I feel very supported by them. So yeah, as I already mentioned, like tennis has been really good. I've had a lot of fun just playing tennis, and it's a really good way of meeting people. Our club's really big, and there's always like, you can text anyone at any time, like they want to go like knock up or whatever, and it's just, and like you just like, you can talk whilst you're playing. It's very social, but also I like the competitive edge as well, because like obviously sport here, we are currently still the #1 university for sport, and I don't know, there's always like somebody better, somebody that you're trying to beat. And I'm very competitive with my housemate as well. So we're both big tennis fans, and I don't know, we've always, it's always been really good. Societies as well, there's so many. I'm members of quite a few. My favourite's probably Amnesty, which we have a lecture every week. Like somebody just comes and like talks about a specific subject. So my friend's doing one on modern day slavery tomorrow. And yeah, I just like going there and just listening and learning. Again, it's just like, it's very like different to my degree. And I can like learn about whatever it may be that week. So it might be like something environmental, human rights, or obviously a very human rights issue, or any of that. And that's always really piqued my interest. And it's so good that I can go to like a group of like-minded people and just have a good like open discussion with them about it. And specifically, I really like learning, learning whatever, because they normally do like choose specific case studies, and like from that, like relay onto the information and then just talk about it openly. I think it's so valuable. Other societies, Italian society. I'm trying to get back to my roots a little bit. I'm barely Italian, but my surname is very Italian. But I don't know. I've always been intrigued by the language as well, trying to learn a bit more, and just good food as well, isn't it? So that's why I've always really enjoyed just going to those like sort of non-drinking socials, where it's just like having really good food. There's at least one really good chef there, and so I'm also part of Pro Bono Society, and I work for Infringement, which is an FGM charity, so female genital mutilation. And I was thinking, I'll have to do it next year now, but I really want to give a talk on that because I think it's a really important issue that people don't know. No, I didn't know like anything about it before I joined the charity, which is through Pro Bono. I think we're doing some really good work on that, and I know that's always, again, really piqued my interest. It's just like helping people generally, and I think that's like one of the best ways of doing it. Like our Pro Bono Society, there are so many projects, and I think that like specific charity one, because I'm not like a law student either, I've been able to really be like hands-on with it. Like we've been making posters, want to give like talks and things to like either like Amnesty or other people. So like I think we were thinking of doing a talk to the medical school, for instance, because obviously it can be like the physical implications of the surgery, of like damning. So yeah, I think it's just really important. I've learned so much. I think how I don't know how like my social clock can just run out at any time, and I've got to be honest with myself about that. It's like in my social battery, like I'm quite like a socially bubbly person, but I know if I just go on for too long, I think we all do it really, but I thought I could just like have like endless times, like always surrounded by other people. But I think when I need that time by myself, and that's when I've been able to reflect and learn more about myself. So like, that social battery's like made me like introspect and just find out like things like, oh, my time management can get better or whatever. I think my time management has gotten better since coming to university. I think so time management, honestly, I think at school, it was so easy, like when you're given a structure, but you could just like fog it off. But I know how valuable, especially in first year, when like during COVID, it was actually really hard. And I now like retrospectively value the structure of like, I'm able to do so many more things now. How do I fit into my day? I need a plan. I think going forward, like if I'm going into the workplace, I think it's like one of the most important things, like not overcommitting yourself as well. I think it's so important. You need things to do, but obviously never like double plan, just double book yourself. I know things fall through, and don't just assume things will fall through. But I think just time management generally has been so important to me. Like, and so I can achieve my goals, so I can like be as ambitious as I want to be, I think. Again, just like public speaking, stuff like that, just general confidence. I don't know, I was way more shy at school. I think especially my friends here have like given me the confidence to just like go on, do stuff, talk to people. I don't know, people are way more approachable than you initially think they are. Nobody's like big, tough and scary really. Would definitely have to be my essays. They do take up a lot of time, as they should, because that's how basically my whole degree is assessed, is on coursework and essays. I think, yeah, again, going into the time management stuff, at times I can be a bit last minute, and I'm trying to stay away from that, because that adds so much unwarranted and unneeded stress that I just don't want or don't need. And I think my friends have really inspired me. My brother especially has really inspired me to like get your stuff together and get ready, and so you can enjoy what you want to enjoy. And again, and my lecturers as well, they're always like very like on hand, can email them at any time, go and talk to them, which I prefer doing, because then I can really get more out of it, and like during their office hours really, and just getting like, so I can formulate my ideas in my head, note down as much as I can note down, and just get ready for like formulating my essay, which I think is it's the most important thing I think in my degree. Big question mark at the moment. There are definitely, so my near future, as in like after my degree, right now I've got two main options. Do a master's, which I'm like a master's in philosophy, which I'd be really intrigued by either doing here or somewhere else. I don't know, well, my main goal is like to get a first, and I'm really striving towards that, and then do a master's in philosophy or do a law conversion, because I kind of want to be a barrister and make change that way as well. And I really like arguing, as I said, so I feel like I might be quite good at it. So those are my, like, in the future, that's what I've been planning. If so, masters either like here, or I'll have a look at other universities, other top universities, mainly in the UK, maybe abroad. That's always, I've been really intrigued by as well, moving abroad, getting new experiences. It's like in my gap year, I got out to New Zealand and I was like, I enjoyed it so much that I've like got the travel bug a little bit. Obviously been limited by COVID recently, but it's coming back and I want to go again. So maybe a master's somewhere else would be great. I think just personal achievement, I think it'll mean a lot. It'll mean I can do something really academic. As I said, I think that like smarts and intelligence is such like a key thing just to get far in life. I think a Nottingham degree, especially like from such a good university, like, in my opinion, obviously some people might be a bit biased against it, but I think that from a Nottingham like university, I just think that it'll mean so much and it'll look really good. I think it'll really good to employers. I think finishing a degree, showing that you can stick it out, get a really good grade, and I think it'll be quite self-motivating maybe as well. Showing that I got like a good degree, well, hopefully I'll get a good degree from a really good university, really make me strive to go do more really good things, really amazing things. I think this is going to sound very ambiguous, but honestly just making a positive difference, like last forever, a positive difference in the world, whether that be helping people in like getting, I don't know, doing the barrister stuff, like helping people get out of jail, or like helping people who have been like beaten down in life and just giving them like a second chance or something, or be it like educating people, I don't know, just telling people about my experiences, that's staying with them and making them do something amazing from that as well. I think just making a lasting difference that way from person to person, I think it's the most valuable thing I can do.